Well, hey, and welcome to another episode of Beetle Dustino coming at you again today with yet another video. And this one is going to be the first in my series of kind of unboxings, unsealed to revealed. And sadly, this one is already unsealed. So I was curious, wanted to see it. Plus, I wanted to watch the documentary. So, anyways, it's going to be on the Jimi Hendrix, the Electric Lady Studios of Jimi Hendrix Vision box set, which came out on October 4th of 2024. And let's see the intro before we get any further. So yeah, it came out October 24th or October 4th of 2024. Wow, what am I even saying here? We'd be well ahead of time if it came out on the 24th. But anyways, let's take a look at the box here. Now this one has really been puzzling me because Hendrix has been all over the board on his box sets. And when I first saw this, I'm going to kind of compare this first. I thought it was going to be a lot like this box. Well, no. Yeah, it's a little longer, a little taller, and a lot skinnier than this one. And then I'm like, well, it must be more Ultimate Collection size, about a 10-inch. Well, nope, quite a bit smaller than that. And that, so this is a really odd size box. And I mean, Hendrix has been a little on the odd with that anyways, because here's one of his first box sets, kind of the modern era experience, Jimi Hendrix Experience box. This was kind of this long box thing. He kind of stuck with that long box thing for kind of the next releases. Winterland is very similar to this. It's a book, and even that Jimi Hendrix Experience box got reissued on this style, where it's kind of the book. So once again, completely off. People are always complaining about the Beatles or Paul not being consistent with their box sets. Boy, Jimi Hendrix is all over the board here. Another one, I'll kind of compare it to the Songs for Groovy Children, which would have been one of the last ones. I mean, look at this. This is just completely, as this just pops out here. And one more I'm going to pull out. This one, I kind of consider a box set, but the Live in Maui, this is like a really weirdly folded digipack. But I do consider this a box set. It's two CDs and a Blu-ray. The only way you can get it, I would call that a box set. Another Hendrix box that's been out is the 50th anniversary of Electric Lady Studios. I have not shown this on my channel yet, so I'm going to get on that because this is a cool set. But yeah, again, this is kind of that book style. So Hendrix has been all over the place with how to do these box sets, and this one really is puzzling because there's no other box set that's even similar. Like these other ones, there's similarities. I mean, and yeah, it's similar to the George Harrison All Things Must Pass one. It's similar to the Ultimate Mix one. Even in a way, you could say it's similar to, say, the Revolver box set that just came out, where that's a 12-inch size. This is a league of its own in size terms, though. What the box does is pretty right on, though. But yeah, we're taking a look at all that. I really wanted to kind of go through that, though. There's the spine, the back, there's the top, and that. I'm going to hold the back one more I'll do that after I get this out. I thought this was interesting. There's a sticker on the back that says what the release is there, and that it's a registered trademark of Electric Lady LLC. I think that's kind of interesting. They had to slap that on the back there, and then there's the hype sticker. And I'm actually going to pull the shrink wrap off. I haven't really been keeping shrink wrap on. I just wanted to keep it on for this to kind of show. I do try to preserve it with the hype sticker there, so I'll just pull it off like this. So I got the hype sticker preserved there. And that other sticker I think is interesting. And let's take a look at the box now without any of that on. It's this cool kind of foil look on this. All the studio kind of showing in there, and, just images from the studio. There's the back again. I'll hold that better so you can see the track listing. So there's 3 CDs on this and a Blu-ray, so 4 discs altogether. Or you could get a 5 LP and Blu-ray box too. Let's see, the last boxes to come out were that Live in Maui, which featured the documentary Music, Money, Madness of Jimi Hendrix, the Jimi Hendrix and Maui. Great documentary. If you haven't watched that, definitely go check that out. And then Songs for Groovy Children was out before that. The Live in Maui was November 20th of 2020. Songs for Groovy Children was December 13th of 2019. This kind of follows in those footsteps there with that Oh, my box got a little crushed there. I see now that I got the shrink wrap off. I can see that better. That's all right. Whatever. This is really a thin material on this. I'll show you there with that. One thing I'm a little disappointed with on that it is kind of that thin material. So we pull it out. We got a folio here and a book, softcover book. At the price this was at, I wasn't expecting a hardcover book, I guess. It wasn't outrageously priced. I know I complain up and down about this having a softcover book, but it was half the cost, if not even under half the cost, a third of the cost of that box. So I'm not going to complain about a softcover book in this, and it's still a very good quality paper on this and everything. But a nice book here, going through everything. I love that picture on the cover with the outside of the studios there. That's a really interesting, to walk by that in New York City and see that, you'd be curious what that is just alone. I don't know, that's just weird. Some great pictures of Jimmy in here and everything, and all the stuff from the studios. Now, I'm going to say here too, I've been really excited for this because I got my dream kind of crushed, I guess is the best way to say it. I did sound engineering stuff in high school for, like the musicals, plays, and stuff like that. I was really into it. I had a good close friend of the family that he owned a lot of the equipment that he provided for the school, and he was a friend of ours outside of that. I just became friendly with him because of that. But and I would work with him too on other projects outside of the school, going around doing sound stuff with him. And I always wanted to get into sound engineering, and I tried applying at a school, and they basically told me there was no future in it and don't even bother, and let's get you into this program instead of that. And I, kind of had my dreams crushed. So I've always been kind of a geek and a nerd about this, even though I pretty much stopped it right then and there. I really haven't worked any of it since I was in high school. So, but I've always been really fascinated with it. And that's one thing with these Jimi Hendrix documentaries. And one thing why I think I really got into Jimi Hendrix is, seems like a lot of his recent releases, since, the late 90s, early 2000s, also had a companion documentary that came out with it. And Eddie Kramer is in no doubt in that documentary. And he sits behind the mixing board there, and he, just tears down the song to just its basic elements. And it is so cool and so awesome. And when they were making a documentary specifically on Electric Lady Studios, Jimi Hendrix's studio, and I knew I had to see that, and really was looking forward to it, and hoping to God Eddie Kramer would be in there doing that. And I had to watch this documentary. I watched this last night. Absolutely loved it. It's great. I don't know if it's as good as that one that came with Live in Maui, the Music Money Madness. That was a really fascinating documentary because there was a lot more going on there than just the music. But yeah, really fascinating documentary. But it's still really good. Really interesting how they built the studio. Of course, there was that ubiquitous scene with Eddie Kramer, demixing the songs and just bringing it. And I'm just geeking out. I was just so excited, especially now that I've been talking so much about music and everything and my love of music. And I feel like at my age now, I know everybody's going to say, oh, you can always still do it. But, I just feel like I've really lost my calling. And, that college really crushed my dreams. I didn't even hardly try for anything I even remotely wanted to after that. But anyways, enough on that. Let's see this folio here. But yeah, I'm really getting emotional talking about this. But yeah, this to me, that's where I would have loved to have spent my life there, is behind that. And I really wish that, stuff would have played out a little better. But, I love seeing documentaries like this because of that. But yeah, here it unfolds. I love the colors in this, all the purples, the blues, the oranges. And there's a great story on that, why I think they did this with this. The lighting that they set up in the studio there, and the white carpeting all over the ceiling and the walls. Which, as a matter of fact, you kind of see it there, but it's not quite white there. But yeah, that's really cool on that. But yeah, just kind of quad fold here. There's fully folded out. Really interesting. I kept it like it was how it got shipped. Oh yeah, it's even squared up like that. But disc 1 is in here. Slides out. There's a label on that one. Why they went this order, because disc 2 is here. And there we go with that. And then disc 3 is way out here. Why 3 isn't in the third spot, I don't know. But there is the label on that one. And then disc 4, the DVD or the Blu-ray, is right here, and it does have its own little sleeve. Great picture on this too. There we go. There, I'll show you this one a little better with that. And there's the back. I'll kind of hold it there for you to see. You want to pause and read it there. There is the label on the Blu-ray, the documentary. It's about an hour and a half long, and really good on that. So I haven't got a chance to listen to the music yet. I'm assuming it's pretty good. I've always enjoyed Hendrix's music. What is there, 39 tracks, I want to say? I had it written down. Where did it go? I guess I didn't. Yeah, but about 39 tracks, and I think 37 of them are new, I believe. So it's a pretty, I think, oh, maybe it says it on here. 38 previously unreleased recordings made in Electric Lady Studios. So all the recordings are from Electric Lady Studios, which makes sense. Okay, yeah, and so the Blu-ray also features, besides the film, 5.1 surround sound mixes of the entire First Rays of the New Rising Sun album, plus 3 bonus tracks. So that's pretty cool on that too. I did know those were on there, but I didn't realize that's how they broke it down. And then, yeah, the documentary on the Blu-ray, and it's a 48-page book there. Rare photos, handwritten song drafts, all that. Really nice little box set. And like I said, the price wasn't terrible on it. It's not great. It's still expensive, but, you know, it wasn't like this one was. The material on this is great and everything, but I would say at about what the price point was that this was, that would have made more sense. So that's why I'm not going to complain too much on the price on this. I think it was pretty in check on that. It's about $60 though for the CD set. And my local record shop, I did pop in there to see if they had this. They had the LP one. Unfortunately, they ran out of the CD one, but the LP one, I think, at the record shop, record store, was $125. So for a 5 LP plus a Blu-ray set, I don't think that was terrible. But I'm a CD collector for Hendrix, and I've got a couple of LP things, but not much. So I wanted to stick with the CD on this, plus saving that much money. But anyways, yeah, I'm pretty excited about this. Like I said, I really geeked out about the documentary, and I knew I was going to really love this with that. You know, and I feel like that's part of why I really fell in love with Jimi, is because Eddie Kramer would be on all those documentaries, you know, just breaking down the song and hearing all the cool elements that were behind there. And now when you listen to it again, you can pick that out better just because he does that. And I wish that they would do that with the Beatles some more. The Paul McCartney 1, 2, 3 or something documentary that came out on Hulu a couple years back with Rick Rubin, that kind of did that in there. They would do that. I geeked out a lot with Rick, you know, demixing those tracks on that. But yeah, that to me was so cool. And you know, I guess I'm young enough that, you know, I could if I tried to pursue it. But I do think they're kind of right. There isn't much of a career in it, and I'm not much of a musician. You kind of need, and that was one thing they talked about in this. The engineers that Eddie Kramer would hire for Electric Lady Studios were musicians, and that's one place where I'd kind of fall apart. Is I'm not musically inclined, aside from really appreciating it. I could maybe carry a tune with my voice, but that's about it. I've got that ukulele I've been trying to learn for years. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know if I would have been the best person in there or not, but hey, even to sit in the mixing room and go grab coffee for everybody, I would have happily done that. Emptied the garbage, cleaned the toilets, whatever. Just if I could have lived in that's you know, setting, I think I would have really been happy. But anyways, before I get going too much more on that, I don't want to make this too long and get moving on here. So I am going to thank all my subscribers, and thanks to any new subscribers. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do, and do hit the notification bell so you know when I got new videos coming out. Also, please give the video a like. It really does help out the channel and the video. And like I always say, if you've stuck around to this point, you must like it. So please give it a like and do leave a comment. I love having a discussion with everybody. Let me know your thoughts on this box set. Have you got it? Have you ever been into Electric Lady Studios? I don't know. That's something that could be interesting to find out there. What's your thoughts on it? But anyways, I'm going to get totally signing out. I'm Beal Dustino, signing out.